Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89 here. Well, Star Wars. Very disappointed today. Okay, there has been a new Star Wars series announced that is in production, and in production doesn't actually mean it's going to get made, but they're thinking about it, looking at it. There's been quite a few series in production that never happened, so this may never even happen. But all the fans, all the usual suspects, are up in arms and outraged and carrying on. And I'm very disappointed because the only news that we have, I mean, this is the news, of course, the series, but the only information that we have is that it's going to be female-centric. So there'll be a female star, female actor of the show. So when they're attacking the show, that's all they're attacking. And it's so obvious to anyone watching, any critics of the fandom menace and Star Wars fans and science fiction fans in general, that when they attack this show off just straight out of the gate, that they're just attacking it because it's a female-driven series and it just looks bad. Now, all that we know, there was an article in Variety which says that there's a female-driven show by Leslie Headland, who's a showrunner of a show called Russian Doll, which I've never seen, which is a critically acclaimed Netflix show. She's written some films, she's written some TV shows, mostly comedy and romance, which doesn't look great on the resume for a science fiction action series. But she does have experience, unlike some Michael Chabons, who don't have any experience actually making a TV show that get a TV show and then make a mess out of it. She may make a romantic comedy out of it, but at least it'll be a well-produced romantic comedy, Star Wars. I don't know. They are immediately attacking her, and I saw some of the most vile things, talking about her sexuality, her looks, basically saying she's a big fat ugly dyke, she's going to ruin Star Wars. That's basically what I was hearing, and I'm like, really? That's really? I was really disappointed. Now, this wasn't from any of the big platforms, Mecha Random, Nerdrotic, Doomcock, any of those people. They didn't say it. These were smaller people on Instagram and stuff like that. But you have all these people attacking Star Wars fans and science fiction fans and saying they're all haters and misogynists and sexist and racist. And then you have these ones who come out and do and say exactly what they're being criticised for. And if they did a better job calling these people out, they'd look better and have a bit more credibility. But they usually make excuses for them or just dismiss them, which I guess is easier than trying to defend them. But you realise that Star Trek and Star Wars fans have this lunatic fringe of racist and sexist people who do jump on the bandwagon and then often get they end up representing everyone, which is unfair. But they do exist, and they're scary. So the catastrophizing comes from basically the assumption that this series is going to be based on the High Republic series, which all the Star Wars fans hated, apparently because it featured a lot of female characters who were very masculine in the artwork for the book covers and stuff. Now, I'm under the assumption that someone else I watched a video from, was it Star Wars Only, who actually did a very nice, balanced, even-tempered video talking about the fact that, or suggesting that Ahsoka, the orange-skinned female character from Rebels and that, she is going to be appearing in The Mandalorian Season 2 in a live-action debut. And the assumption on his part was that they were going to do a Ahsoka show because they're setting up that character. It's a female-driven series. She's a female. So it makes perfect sense that they would do a series based on her. That seems fine. Everyone loves her. There's another character, Mara Jade, that a lot of people love, who's a redheaded Jedi, I think. I don't know much about her. Maybe it could be her series. There's a lot of people talking about they're going to obviously make her into a black character because they keep taking redheads and making them black for diversity, which really is just sacrificing one minority for another, which rather than actually replacing a white person. But we won't get into that whole topic. And a lot of people are assuming that they're going to go with the High Republic and it's just going to be all a bunch of masculine women or something and no men. And they don't seem to acknowledge the fact that Xenian, oh god, what was the name of the guy from Rogue One? He's getting his own series. Kenobi's getting his own series in 2022. The other one, I wrote it down and then realised I can't pronounce my own writing. Cassini, 2021 is having a series, and Kenobi's 2022. Now, Rogue One, yes, was female driven. The prequel series, sequel series was prequel driven, but the prequel series was male driven, just like the original series. So we've got 2 movie series by men, 1 by women, and we've got 1 TV series, The Mandalorian, which is male-centric, and 2 more planned, so it's 3 male series to 1 female series. So what are they going on about? I'm not seeing... I get that Disney's focus has been on women, but Star Wars' focus before that was mostly men, so it just kind of balances, kind of, in practicality. I get that Kathleen's agenda was the problem, not so much the casting, because these characters were female for the sake of being female and being representative, not for actually just being great characters. So that is the one criticism that they have, and it's right. And if this series goes down the same road and does the same sort of marketing, it will go down the toilet. But if it's a genuine good series and they just have a female character that people like Mara Jade or Ahsoka, I don't see the problem. And just automatically jumping on it and attacking it just makes them look like a bunch of racist, sexist, troll idiots. And that's what it sounds like, and I'm so embarrassed by them. But fortunately, I'm not one of them. I'm not welcome in their group, apparently. So that's fine, because I'm a gay, so I can't be a part of their group, because I'm not ultimately right-wing. I can't be because I'm gay. So I never truly get accepted or included in any of these sort of forums or conversations or anything. But enough about that. Sorry, my video cut out. The only thing that I really found of any real concern was at some point they stated that it would be set in an alternate timeline. Now, the Variety article states a different timeline or a different part of the Star Wars timeline, and that seems to be what they're going for now. They seem to have walked back whoever made that original alternative timeline comment, because I couldn't find the original source. I saw someone else speaking about it and they showed it in their video, but then I couldn't find that. So that's the only really questionable thing, is are they creating an alternative timeline? Are they going to reboot it? Are they going to do it like a Star Trek Calvin timeline situation? Or do they just mean it's going to happen in a different time period than The Mandalorian or the films, or is it going to be in its own time period? Or so it's very vague. We don't know much, so it's very difficult to really talk about or criticize anything. But yet that doesn't stop some people, because they already have an agenda, they already have an angle, they already have a base to speak to, and it's really obvious with some of these videos. And it's really disappointing, because I love science fiction, I love Star Wars, I love Star Trek, I love people talking about it, I love to listen to people talk about it, but a lot of it is just it's just an extension of politics, and it's not fun, it's not inclusive, and I know I don't have much of an audience, not many people watch my videos, but at least when I talk about stuff, I'm talking from the point of view of a fan, and I'm trying to look at the real issues and try and be balanced, not just go straight on one agenda, hell for leather no matter what. So I'm looking forward to this series. It could be very interesting. It could be an absolute train wreck, and it could go absolutely that direction, but it could also just be a good series, because like I said, it would be the 3 out of 4 series, 3 about men, 1 about women. So I don't see any proof. It doesn't necessarily have to go the way that they think it's going to go, but I'm going to go, because I'm already feeling a bit hoarse. And feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think, or if you know anything about the series. Comments are fun. I'd like to know what people think about these shows. It's been pretty quiet on YouTube lately, but I'm going to go. Thanks, bye.